Hi there! Welcome to Mega Factory. On today's journey, we are going deep inside a facility that churns out thousands of fresh bagels every single day. It is surprisingly complex and totally mesmerizing. If you are curious to see how it works, come on, let's find out together. Scenes 1 to 10, imagine waking up to this view. We are standing above a massive bagel factory at sunrise, and the scale of this place is just breathtaking. Look at those giant silos towering against the sky. That is where the journey begins. Inside, it feels more like a science lab than a bakery. Everything is digital, monitoring the flow of flour and temperature with absolute precision. Just listen to that hum. The factory is waking up, the systems are priming, and we are about to see how millions of breakfasts are born. It starts with a literal waterfall of flour pouring into the bowl, met by powerful jets of water. This isn't your kitchen mixer. That spiral hook is an absolute beast, tearing through the ingredients to create the perfect dough. It's mesmerizing watching it transform from a shaggy mess into a smooth, giant ball. And then, whoa! Look at that massive dough blob tumble out. It must weigh over 500 kilos. It flops onto the belt and heads straight for the guillotine to get chopped down to size. This might be the most satisfying part to watch. The machine divides the dough with military precision, sending hundreds of perfect little balls marching down the line like soldiers. They get spun around in these spiral channels to tighten up their skin. Think of it as a quick massage. But here is the real magic: how they get that famous shape. See how the dough wraps around that metal tube and rolls over itself. In a blink, it's a bagel. And don't worry, that laser sensor is watching everything. If a shape isn't perfect, poof, the air jet blasts it right out of here. Now, things get a bit quieter. We're entering the proofer, which is basically a giant, humid sauna for the dough. Look at them swinging on those trays, climbing higher and higher into the warm air. This is where the yeast does its best work. You can actually see the dough relaxing and puffing up, making that center hole get smaller and smaller. By the time they descend from that ceiling ride, they've plumped up beautifully. Compare that to the raw dough. They've grown so much. This right here? This is the most important step. It's what makes a bagel. Well, a bagel. They take a dive into this fiercely boiling kettle. It looks chaotic, but it's crucial. That hot bath creates a gel on the outside, which is exactly how we get that signature chewy, shiny skin later on. They float downstream like little river rafts until the paddle flips them over to cook the other side. Look at them glistening as they climb out of the water, shiny, tight, and ready for flavor. Scenes 56 to 60. Since they are still sticky and wet, it's the perfect time for toppings. And we aren't just sprinkling here. We are talking about a torrential downpour of seeds. Whether it's poppy or sesame, that curtain of flavor coats every single inch. A roller gives them a gentle press just to make sure those seeds stay stuck for good. Now, into the beast. They enter the tunnel oven, which is incredibly long and intensely hot. Inside, you can see those rows of blue gas flames dancing. This is where the transformation happens. Watch how the dough suddenly springs up from the heat. The seeds start to toast, releasing those oils, and the crust turns that beautiful golden brown. See those tiny little blisters on the surface? That's the sign of a perfect boil earlier. It's just an endless river of golden bagels flowing out into the world. Finally, they take a ride on this mesmerizing spiral cooler. It's almost hypnotic to watch them travel upwards, letting that last bit of steam escape into the air. Once they're cool enough, these mechanical fingers, look how gentle they are, stack them up perfectly. Sealed in the bag and labeled, they are ready to head to your breakfast table. What a journey! And just like that, our journey here has come to an end. If you enjoyed this tour, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'd love for us to stick together for the next adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.